Szewczak. It's me, Maja Szewczak, and welcome to another Dollhouse Lifehacks video. Today, we're going to make jam jars for dolls in 5 different ways that are not only jam jars, but there's a secret use of them that I'm going to save for later. Okay, so Nicholas Mello needs shoes because I hadn't made them for the episode, but that's fine. Because right now I'm planning to make it for the episode. Jam jars that can also work as doll shoes. So, the first step is using my old sock, and I'm going to cut it around Nicholas Mello's feet so I could give him a base for his shoes. We've done this, and now we need to repeat this piece so he can have both shoes. Done. Now we need a piece of cardboard for the base of the shoes. Has cut 2 pieces of that cardboard. Now we need to stitch the sock on them. Okay, the shoes have been stitched, but how will I turn them into those jam jars that also work as shoes? Well, watch and find out. The color that I have chosen for the shoes is anise. Well, it's kind of like an apple yellow, and I'm not sure if anise is the way to pronounce that name of the color. So instead of calling it anise, I'd rather call it apple yellow. But anyways, let's color his shoes apple yellow. And since those shoes are apple yellow now, we're going to get into the part where it also turns into a jam jar. I'm going to stitch the unevenness with cherry patches for a shoe design. So we are going to patch the unevenness with those sequins by stitching them on. Sequins stitched on. Now I'm going to draw cherries on them. Done. That looks more like a jam jar. However, how will that become a jam jar when he's not wearing the shoes? Just take it off him and put a bead inside it. Put a bead or a piece of capuchon inside it. You may want to stuff it up with beads until it looks like a jam jar for the scale of the shoes that you have made. You can also use a flower-shaped hole puncher to make covers for the jam jars. But we're going to let Nicholas Mellow wear his new yellow shoes, because the next way on how to make jam jars for the dollhouse in unusual ways is only using transparent bases, so it can also serve as a lamp if you want to. So I have chosen a blue one for this part, and I'm going to use organza fabric for the transparent cover, and I'm also going to stitch a circle onto the jam jar with transparent thread. Transparent threads can get annoying to put it on the needle, and besides, needles are sharp, so if kids are watching, be careful, because needles are sharp, and I want no injuries, even though that's a minor injury. But still be careful with a needle. Okay, it's translucent, so you can't really see it on camera, but you can, but it's barely visible, and it's annoying to put like this, not to keep it in place because of what type of thread it is, but it works because I will only use translucent things in this unusual way to make a jam jar that you can also use as a lamp. So now I'm doing a circle stitch all around here. Done. All the way I want it to be. Now I stitch it on the blue bead. Done. Now I'm going to cut off what I need cut off. Done. Now an optional step. Beads. You can if you want, but this is an optional step. You can add any beads, but I want it to be transparency all through it. So, going to use this bead. Okay, now we have this. I'm going to turn this light off and use LED lights to see the results, the product of making it all translucent. Okay, the wire has to be showing because, you know, now I'm going to turn on the LED lights for the final product of making it a lamp. And it works! Wow! Off, on, off, on. This looks amazing. It would look even better in a darker room. because that was filmed during the day. And the darker it is, the better the results are showing. Then I filmed this at 5:50 a.m. because it's already getting dark in Northern Ireland, but I'm going to show you with the light off and on, off, on. So yep, you can make a lamp out of a dollhouse jam jar if you use translucent beads and fabrics for your jam jar. A third way that we're going to make a dollhouse jam jar is using a plastic bottle, fabric ribbon, and transparent beads. So we're going to make a dollhouse jam jar that can be either full or empty, depends on if you put the bead in it or not. So the first step is to cut out a circle from this plastic. Done. Now I'm going to cut out this piece out of the plastic bottle, stitch it together to get this. So the jam jar, well, I'm going to have to glue a sticker here to cover this unevenness. Once that is glued on, let it dry. The jar has dried, there's a bead in it, and I've made a cover for it with my ribbon. So the thing about making a jam jar like this is that you can take it out, use beads, use fabric, or use just anything that looks like jam. And the fact that it's like a container means you can make it either full or empty in your dog photographs, or make it look more like pickled fruit or conserved fruit. If you want to do that instead of jam, you can, or you can just make it empty like this. Or you can do anything that can fit in it. But I'm going to get that pink bead back inside it. Just wanted to show you a demo of what you can do. I left the label empty for that reason, but you can draw on it. Oh wow, the amount of ways you can make jam jars for your dolls can get really creative and really diverse. Like there's a diverse way of making them. However, this one will be in an idea Sunday for 8th of October, while the other ones were included in this video. Now, I'm going to make even more of them now. But looks like experimenting with your creativity actually helps you see the potential of different things in the studio, like beads, plastic, fabric, you name it. A fourth way you can make a jam jar is by using a sequin like this. I've cut it up, so going to use it. So I'm going to cut it until it looks like a jam jar. I also want to make a waffle machine when it's closed, kind of like 2-in-1. So you're going to start with folding it like this and then cutting the sequin. Now you have this. You can also color it with markers if you want a different color. Got it a really nice orange color that looks like red lychee, but you can do any color you want. And also you can use fabric to make it look more like a jam jar. I'm going to cut out this flower. I've cut the sequin again so I could get the fabric laying on it the way I want. But it is removable. However, for that you need a good eye for small details like me. So there's a hole in that for the sequin hook that I've made to hold it in place. And when you don't want it a jam jar, you can always make a mini waffle machine, but let me fix this. That's more like it. Now with paper, I'm going to make a cardboard mini waffle. You can cut out a shape or use a hole puncher like this, because it shows that it's not only a jam jar but also a waffle machine. But let's turn it back into a jam jar so it can fit in with the group. Back into a jam jar it went. So if you're doing doll photography or videos or stop motion animations, please keep in mind that it's flat and you will need something to support it standing on its own, because it can't stand on its own unless you figure out a way to do it, but if I did that I can't. That red orange jam jar, oh wow. You could have done the same thing with a plastic bottle if you don't have sequins like those. But you can use whatever works for you and gets that effect you want. Another way of making a dollhouse jam jar that is both creative and very easy. Using a paper rose and a pony bead to make a jam jar. So you can spread out the rose and bend the wire if it has it, and adjust it until you like it. And now you have a jam jar like this. You can always also color it with markers to get more of the result you want. Done, and glue a paper label to it. It's like Nicholas Mello made some cherry seafoam bush jam. Now we're going to let the label dry. Rose too big, always adjust it, or an undecorated if you want. Time to let it dry. Before I conclude the video, I kind of want a jam jar shaped jam jar stand for my dolls, like a stand that is on wheels. That's kind of like a bonus item added to the episode. But this will also be storage for my themed beads and accessories. So that's why I'm going to make this box with my creativity into a cart for dolls that will be like a stand. So for the bonus part, we are going to add wheels to it. We're going to take pink and yellow beads, and we're going to glue them to the box, let it dry, and we're going to use it like a card. However, for it, I'll just empty out the contents of it temporarily into the other one until that glue dries. And I'll also do checks to make sure it can stand on its own like this. I removed the lid, so now I'm going to glue it all on. Hopefully it will all work. Okay, the glue is applied. Time for the application of the beads onto it. So here yellow, then pink. Just want that ratio of pink, yellow, like this. Okay. Now, let's let that dry. This glue is strong for plastics. However, is it with that plastic because it says dries perfectly clear, suitable for paper, card, fabric, metal, and plastic. So it should work. Because when it dries, I'm going to do checks if I can break it off easily. even though being very careful. Okay, so I'll let this dry. I also want to make a sign, but the background for the theme, I would rather have a wooden brown, a light wooden brown for the theme. So I'm going to color it in with that green marker to give it more of the effect I want, and I'm later going to add a sign to it. I did like the blue background, but the wooden brown would be more suitable for the theme. I'm going to make it look even more like wood by drawing some textures onto it. I'll use a bronze marker that's like a darker brown to give it a wooden texture. And to darken it, I'm also going to use a black ball pen. Done. Now I'm going to use a black marker to make a sign for the jam stand. So it now says Lychee Jam Stand. I'm also going to do like a pricing for it. So get lychee jam for £1 at this stand. I know I rarely can get lychee fruit here at supermarkets, but hey, this is just for your dolls. Before the beads dried, I've added the sign with foam adhesives. Now I'm not going to touch it until the next day. To the stand, I've added the lid, and yesterday was so hot that I left it in the sun to dry, and it's holding really well the beads and the glue after it's dried. So leaving it out in the hot sun and not an iron was worth it. So Szewczaks, what did you think of my Dollhouse jam jar hacks? Please tell me in the comments if you can. And also, please let me know what do you think of the stand, which was a bonus feature of the episode. Because I've made it out of a plastic box that will also be like a storage. Please tell me what you think of it, and think of Nicholas Mellow's shoes that can turn into jam jars. Here they are, and please tell me, what did you think of everything in the video? Comment, like, subscribe, turn on post notification bell, and bye Szewczak, see you in another video.